Hey, what's up? What's up? Like my head could be. But let me actually wear it how I usually do. So that's my Get Real hat. You can find it in the Get Real store. Again, I'll be posting the link for the Get Real store in the description. So my nails are still pink, and I redid the one that was chipped, and I just want to tell you about the experience today. Pretty good experience. A lot of people have been asking, like, why are they expensive? Why are they expensive? Why are they expensive? And I'm just like, because I felt like doing it one day, just some random thing. And, yeah. And then, so, like, literally, what, 20 minutes ago? Not even. I was just at the front desk of my building, and, this guy walked in near the front desk, and it's like, and then sorry, not was like, but he was with his friends, and um, then I was like to his friends and the guy because I couldn't remember if the guy had seen my nails, and I was like, hey, do you like my nails? Like, look at them, they're sick. Like, hey, and he's like, why are your nails pink? I'm like, just because I felt it. He's like, are you a cross dresser too? I was like, what? He's like, no, just painted my nails pink. Like, also, you one of those? Yo, you have to be a cross dresser. I was like, sorry, what? Like, in what reality, in what world do we live in that because you do one thing, you have to do the other? Like, this also reminded me of, I was explaining to a girl who was telling me, you don't understand the pain of walking in heels, yada, yada, yada. I was explaining to her, I was like, well, I actually do. And then, she's like, oh, why? Do you do drag? I'm like, no. I'm like, the reason I know about walking in heels is because I've tried on heels before because I was gonna do this charity called Walk a Mile in Her Shoes, which is ran in Toronto where guys walk in heels. But something came up and I couldn't do it anymore. Like, what I don't get is why people jump to assumptions. Like, automatically, if you do one thing, you do the other. Like, sorry, what? So because I paint my nails pink, I'm either a cross-dresser or gay because my nails are very different. Next thing though, let me not take offense from that because nothing is wrong with being cross-dresser or gay. But like, why do you have to jump to an assumption? Like, what type of world are we living in that someone has to assume something? It's just, I really don't know. And this party, like, everyone was like, that's where everyone was like, why are they? But I didn't get any real reaction. They were just like, hey, okay. But like, wait, I lie. I did get a reaction because I just remember that this couple was just staring at me and they were like, and then I just felt like I was being looked at. Then I turned around and I saw this girl looking at me. She was like bent down, looking at my hand. And I was like, hey, like my nails? And then she was like, why are your nails pink? Because I felt like it. She's like, okay. And at the same time, I turned around and I just felt like a negative, something negative went on between us. And like, I don't know, like it's getting harder and harder to have these nails pink walking in public because people are starting to recognize it more and more. And then I'm really starting to feel like I'm being outcast. Like I'm feeling the stares. Like I went on the bus today on my way to the liquor store and then coming back and then I was holding the bus spinning, so my nails were being shown. And then I could just felt like people looking at me, and I had my other hand down like this, so like people were seeing my nails on either side, and like I just felt like people were looking at me, and people were just Like I just felt like people were just giving me that weird look that, oh look at him, like why is the girl's painted pink? And something else too that happened to me today is personally I just found that really funny. I had a guy look at me today and said to me, why are your nails pink? Like just cause I felt like doing it one day. And then he's like, you know who you really look like? I'm not gonna mention her name, but he said that I look like someone who attends fan show. Because I don't want to point this person out really. But it's just someone who attends fan show and is a transsexual. So what the attempt of that guy was for it to come off as something that is disrespectful. Sorry, not disrespectful, but something that is offensive. That's what it is. Because I'm wearing pink nail polish, I look like a transgender person, which apparently something's wrong with that. Like, at what point in our life will we understand and nothing is wrong? Like, growing up, I saw, like, I'm about to go all religious because I was raised up in a Baptist preschool, Anglican elementary. My high school was Catholic. Like, I was raised up within religion all my life. Like, I was an altar server. In fact, I still am an altar server. I sing in my church's choir. Like, I'm involved within my church. But like I was always taught, Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Whether yellow, black, or white, Jesus loves me. But for some reason, like apparently Jesus will not love me. I, I'm not saying Jesus will not love me, but like it just seems like this is what I'm getting from people. Because even religious people will look at me when I'm wearing my oh I'm not wearing it right now, but I usually wear my rainbow colored bracelet. And they go like, "Why are you wearing that?" Like I literally had a priest look at me once. I was at a religious function and the priest looked at me and said, "Take that off." I was like, "Excuse me?" Which, like, it just led into a conversation. Um, and then it just led into a really intense discussion and conversation, which I still remember taking my bracelet off. Because I will not take my bracelet off because someone thinks it's not right. Because, in all honesty, every time I remember LGBTQ and they being isolated, they being treated differently, just reminds me of, believe it or not, it reminds me of the history of my ancestors, the history of black people. How they were isolated, they were treated badly, they were treated differently, they were given different rights and stuff, like for places where people who belong to the LGBTQ community are not allowed to get married because they belong to that community. Um, it just reminds me of hey, people who were of the darker skin color, African American, Caribbean, like black people were not allowed to get married because they weren't really considered people. It's just the same thing as people of the LGBTQ community. It's just like, damn, like, can we get over ourselves? Like, can we move on from him and her to they? Can we move on from him and him to they? Like, stop using masculine and feminine pronouns. Stop using masculine and feminine anything. Can a person just be a person? Who cares what they're attracted to? Like, I want for when I have kids in the future, my kid chooses to, whatever the sexuality is, when they walk home with a guy or girl and be home, mom, dad, this is my girlfriend, or this is my boyfriend. It's a guy walk home and be like, this is my girlfriend or this is my boyfriend. I don't really care because I will treat the girlfriend or the boyfriend the exact same. You're too old to date my kid. But like, you know what, I've been rambling on for way too long. Originally, vlogs are just supposed to be me talking about my daily experience, but peace out. Oh, oops, something just happened to my computer here. Mm, figure it out. Sorry for the long vlog. I am so sorry. And it's also like 2 o'clock in the morning. By the way, don't forget to check out Get Real's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like the Get Real movement. And I'm gonna be nominating people on Wednesday for my last vlog. I'll be nominating them in the vlog, and I'll be posting something on Instagram, letting them know who they are. So far, I only have one person in my head. I want to nominate 3 people. So let's get it on. Peace out.